lab this morning. So they're in order, they're not in order, and then they're in order. So I'm just going to scroll through so you can watch them while they're getting the demos ready. We let them play with fire under controlled circumstances. Does anybody remember which one gave off green? The copper gave the dark green. This looks light green. Anybody know what the light green is? Yeah, it's yellow with a green tip. So that one's probably the barium compound. We also did recrystallization. We took acid amylate that was contaminated with a little bit of carbon black and recrystallized it, and they came out very bright and shiny. These are photos the counselors took, so I don't have any photos of the actual slides. These might actually be copper cycle. So what we did is we took copper and we added nitric acid to it in the hood, so we weren't inhaling nitrogen dioxide. It gave off a toxic brown gas. So then once the reaction was complete, the gas stopped. We quenched it with some water, took it back to the desk, added sodium hydroxide, turned the copper nitrate into copper hydroxide. Then we heated it, turned the copper hydroxide into copper oxide, and then we added hydrochloric acid to it, turned it to copper chloride. Then we added aluminum to the bath, and the aluminum went into solution, the copper came out, and we wound up with copper back again. So since the acid amylate was a precursor to aspirin and is safe, we gave the stuff that they made to them in little vials. So if they have some white crystals, it is acid amylate and not legal drugs. The copper that we make, when I think of copper, I usually think of bright shiny pennies or dull brown pennies. The copper that we make actually is kind of a maroon color because it's fresh.
Will it get more orange when it dries out?
It usually doesn't. It just stays that dark. So in order to get it shiny, you have to do annealing technique. I don't know what annealing is.
I meant like my sample got like a bit more orange when dried out, but it did still retain some of that reddish.
Yeah, it'll retain the reddish. You have to polish it to get it to the shiny stuff. Okay, so this would be copper. Copper cycle, but this is the copper nitrate to begin with. That's them putting it in the hood. Again, I just uploaded these, so they weren't necessarily in order. So we had them write secret messages. Turns out if you take turmeric, just like you have in your spice cabinet, if you write a message using a base, so any kind of liquid dish soap, on a piece of paper, and let it dry, if you come back later and cover it with turmeric, the message appears. So if you have younger children at home, that's something that they could teach their siblings. Okay, that looks like it's recrystallization. Okay, and then we did the cyanotypes. As I had mentioned, we took them, we set them out in the sun, and then we just let them hang it. Once they were in the sun, in order to stop the reaction, we put them under cold water, and then we hung them up to dry. Okay. if you want to come down and pick out yours. Okay, thank you for being here. We had a great time. We hope you had a great time. Again, most of these are planned a year in advance. We planned it in 6 weeks. Yeah. So the other thing is, if it turns out I am in charge of this again next year, the National Chemistry Week theme is announced in September. Is that right? It's either September or, because it corresponds, the American Chemical Society has a National Chemistry Week theme that corresponds to Mole Day, which is October 23rd at 6:02 in the morning. So 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd gives us Mole Day. So if you're happen to catch what that's going to be, and you're like, oh, that sounds interesting, I might like to go to that camp also. Because one of the groups I had talked to in April, and they said it was too short notice because they had construction, was the reactor. I grew up on campus. My father was the reactor director and head of the nuclear engineering department. And so we always took students on the tour of the reactor. And when I taught Gen Chem, we did a chemistry experiment where we took aluminum, irradiated it, and then used the Geiger counters to measure and looked at half-lives. It's a very safe experiment, and I was hoping we could take them there this year, but it wasn't an option. And they did get back to me and say that they would love to provide an experiment for us next year. So if, again, you're thinking of coming back, that's probably going to be on the table. Is anybody ready for demos? Yeah. What is it I'm supposed to say? Is it hey counselor or hey campers?
Yeah.
Hey campers.
Hey what?
Is it time for demos? Yeah. Yes. It's the first food I've had here all week. Did she get a set of stickers too? Hey campers!
Hey what?
Hey Smitty!
Hey what? So we use this to protect vacuum pumps because it freezes out and the vapors that might come through. We put it in our superconducting magnets to keep those cold. So we have this stuff around all the time. So everybody loves this stuff. So we'll show a few things you can do with it. So for the main thing known about gases is they change their volume drastically with temperature. So, the old P equals nRT thing, well, that T is really, really low here. So what's going to happen when we stick a balloon in there? I hope it doesn't get brittle and pop. But,
I taught at the high school we used to do a chat. PV equals nRT. I know gas lab did to me.
it seems to be working. So you get a balloon full of gas really, really cold, so the volume goes way down. And so that's kind of what happens. And if you leave it on the counter, assuming it's not so brittle, it reinflates once it warms back up. Let's see, what else could I do? Oh, another one. This was the last year's favorite.
Oh dear.
And I hope I have an adequate container to contain this. That was one of the reasons I needed the wide one, because it's like, well, how do I get this stuff into the little bottle? So we're just going to put a little bit of that in. I'm sure we got any in there. Okay. So, you want to get over here and put
Do you
the
need
cap
any
on.
student helpers? I brought extra face shields.
Oh yeah, these work way better like that, but then nobody can hear you talk.
You sound like Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's been my dream. Assuming I got the cap on tight, at some unexpected time there's going to be a really loud explosion. It's probably going to blow the lid off. And I couldn't find a bigger dumpster that wasn't already full of trash. Normally we ignite balloons and stuff, and it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stand that close to a hydrogen oxygen balloon, because that's what they had me do last year. It's like, nope, not doing that again.
It's especially good if you've got long hair not to be setting stuff by your head on.
I'm afraid to go over there now. But that was everybody's favorite last year, because, you know, after you lose, you know, I'm talking about something else, all of a sudden there's this huge explosion, and it blows the lid off, and if you got stuff in the dumpster, that goes everywhere. So you want to empty your dumpster first. We found that out. Cindy,
Yes.
how do we do this one with the indicator and the CO2? This is dry ice, so that's very, very cold carbon dioxide frozen into a solid.
This is
And it
one my
makes-
mother used to do.
I would take the stuff home and she could do it, so I'm a little
I'm
concerned.
kind of thinking I need to get the cap all the way on that vial, because it should go off by now, so I will, you know, you don't want to disappoint you and not have something blow up.
You have a container?
What kind of container would you like?
I said I usually use a round one flask or a Florence flask, and you said okay. I can use an Erlenmeyer.
They're the ones with the hinged lids, so you can get away with it. That was kind of underwhelming. The last one's just disintegrated the bottle, there were just fragments in there. Okay, that makes it even more fun.
Okay, you have some kind of container.
See Back to the Future.
Sure. That's what I
Reminds me of
heard
that.
the actor.
Scientist, right? Yeah.
What would you like in there? Water? Much water.
That's good.
And we just put universal limit.
That's, I don't know, you brought this stuff.
You didn't bring any cabbages?
We could have made our own if we had red
Oh, yeah.
cabbage.
How much indicator do we need?
Just a couple drops.
That's the best I can do.
Okay, so universal indicator, I just lost the name of it. So if you want to make your own, you take red cabbage. We used to boil it on the stove, or they have another one where you can, you know, put it in a food processor and run it through a cheesecloth. I'm like, oh, that's too much work. Meanwhile, though, if you put it in a glass bowl, put a couple handfuls of cabbage expands. So you use like half of a small cabbage or less. Put it in a glass bowl, cover it with water, stick it in the microwave, zap it for a minute, stir it, zap it for another minute. If it's still not dark blue, you know, keep zapping it. The solution will turn blue. Then you just put it in a colander, because I find colanders a lot nicer than cheesecloth, because it's easier to get the stuff through. And you can use fairly large pieces of cabbage. But with that, you can do at home, it's a pH indicator, and it shows up every color except for orange. So when we would do the demonstrations with the cabbage, you bring in sodium hydroxide, it turns yellow. With a lighter base like ammonia, it's going to turn green. The things that are neutral are purple, and then the low acid, or the acids are bright red. So since it does the various colors except for orange, we usually bring a can of orange soda and go, here, now we have all the colors. So what we've got here is the universal indicator, which is essentially the same reactive or active chemical in red cabbage. And we put a little bit of soap in to make it basic, and then I don't know where the dry ice is.
Oh, it's here. So we can drop it in.
Yeah, just drop a piece in So it's, what's dry ice made out of?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Dissolving in the water to make it acidic.
It's dissolving in the water to make what acid? So if it starts off,
Carbonic acid?
carbonic acid, yep.
Sorry, I forgot the rules for a second.
So if you stir it, it goes faster and it just changes the colors. I used to, so my mom had some like little short round bottom type of, I don't know, we probably need to put more indicator in to get it redder.
Oh.
And so she would do this for like Halloween parties. So she belonged to, I don't know how many, she was in like 12 clubs. One of them was the Monday Club, or the Saturday Club that meets on Monday. And she was in the Red Hats Club and the Lions Club. And so she was always having to, you know, help with decorations for parties. This works out nicely because you can start it off, it'll be green, and if you don't swirl it, it progresses slowly. And as people go, wait, wasn't that a different color? So, used to be you could get dry ice at Walmart, so I'm not sure if that's something that you can do at home still.
Yeah, we make our own dry ice. We can buy a cylinder of CO2. The thing looks like a burlap sack. And you just let it go in there and it gets so cold when it expands that it freezes itself. And it's kind of loose and powdery. It's not dense as the stuff you can buy commercially, but you can make it any kind of
So, yeah. What are you doing next? Okay, other than toothpaste.
Yes.
It has to be one of the colors.
Well, you have to
You have
write
to
it
know
down,
all
red, orange.
Everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. What's your colors like orange?
Red and
Yellow.
yellow.
Red and yellow.
I don't have any yellow.
That's yellow.
Oh, the top says yellow.
No, the inside is yellow, trust me.
Okay, what's the red?
That's always how it is with yellow.
Oh, okay.
Just drop it in and you'll see
I
it's
just use a
yellow.
lot of pink eyes in my life, so. That's yellow. Keep your eyes on the beach. Mix it up, see if we get orange or not. Magic. So what that is 30% hydrogen peroxide. Same they use it to clean swimming pools or to bleach your hair, but it will burn your skin if you get it on you, so it's 10 times stronger than the stuff you get in the department store for, let's see that, what am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for the catalyst. So what we're having happen is we've got hydrogen peroxide, and that turns into water and then oxygen gas. That's probably not balanced, but that's basically what happens. And so we put some soap in there, so it basically blows bubbles. So you get this big column of foam that comes out as the oxygen is being generated in there. Hopefully we don't have too much where it's going to overflow onto the table. Oh, there it is. So hydrogen peroxide will just sit around there and very slowly decompose unless you put a catalyst in there. We're using potassium iodide. So let's see if this works or not. Well, it's sort of foaming. A little underwhelming there. Oh, if you give it too much, it just shoots up out of there. We used to have a kiddie wading pool that contained the mess it made. So it's generating oxygen, but do I need more potassium? Okay. It's not exciting enough, just add more. It just shot out of there. I don't know if they're using a different catalyst or just a lot more.
I mean, they're probably using a lot more. I feel like they don't use one of the little scuba tanks every time.
Yeah.
I've
never actually done that.
Yeah, they just don't usually.
What's that?
It's slowly creeping up, but.
Yeah, the foam is really warm.
Oh. I was gonna say, I was talking to one of the students earlier, said they were going to school in Newburgh, and I did student teaching, with Peggy Brown there. And that woman had more energy than anybody I ever met. Her husband was one of the biology teachers here on campus. And she had, I also did student teaching here in Rolla.
Oh,
But here, the person I did student teaching with had 5 Chem 1 classes and a tech science class. Peggy had Biology 1, Biology 2, Botany, Physics, and Chemistry. So 2 sections of Biology 1. So she had 5 different preps every day. And she would do a demo or have an experiment for them to do every day. Every day they had homework that she would grade and get back to them. And one of the ones that I always liked was the sugar and sulfuric acid, because she did it in an aquarium, but we couldn't find an aquarium. It gives off sulfur dioxide, so you get that stinky smell. But if you do it with the universe, we would do it in, I don't know. Some of the people were telling me their parents were interested in how to do demos, so I'm just rambling while we're waiting.
oh yeah, much more.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh, it has something to do with the fact that
Okay, if we got time, let's draw names.
I'm not really easy to do that because it's not cool. It's such a mod.
Okay, while they're setting stuff up, I'll go ahead and start calling names. Courtney Fisher, if you'd like to come down and pick out an element. Oh, this way. Logan Hungerford. Oliver. Again, no mercury, no thallium, no plutonium.
It was me. I'll admit it.
Yep, just 8 cents. 8 cents.
I've got another.
Miranda Morris. Ian Admire. Andy Sheep.
All right, so because I'll be doing something else, so we'll be go ahead and do this. So one of the things you learn in chemistry is that, or one of the methods used in chemistry for determining the makeup of things is atomic absorption and basically emission spectrum of elements. So
Yeah, they did that today.
Yeah, so that was what they were looking at the lights.
So one of the things you can do is if you have something that is got an ion transfer system like a circuit, and you have a filament, you can make a light bulb. So one of the ways you can do that is a pickle is a good example of that. So it's got basically it's brined in vinegar solution, so it's basically a salt solution inside the pickle, and the pickle acts as a heavy resistor, which is what a filament is. So if you give it enough electricity, you can turn it into a light bulb. And so that's what we're gonna do. And if the lamps on the street used to be yellow. Now they're different colors. They're white more because of LEDs technology. But they used to be yellow because what was in them was sodium gas. And so because sodium is in table salt, that's the element that is excited here. The pickle will turn yellow. So.
Frankie Pickle.
We need to shut the lights off.
It'll help make it. It'll give dramatic effect.
Yay, dramatic effect.
That, yeah. I was trying to say something.
You gotta speak up.
I'm pretty loud, if you couldn't tell.
We love you, Olivia.
All right. All right, you ready? Go ahead and turn off the lights.
Lights.
Okay, so you'll see, it'll start to spark on one side and go to the other side because that's how the electrodes are going. So you're literally like cooking the pickle from the inside. People always ask me, can I eat it? I don't know. I don't anything that I do with these demos, I would not eat. But eventually it'll go to the other side. So you see this? This is just literally smoke coming off of it. And then I'm going to turn it off because it seems like that electrode's falling. But eventually it'll work its way over to the other side. But it's not going to today because it's going to do its way down. I'll start this. Come on. Stay. I want to get everything so we're going. All right, there you go. So you see it moving to the other side because basically you're using up the filament there, and eventually it will just cook itself off, and then it becomes an electric hazard. But it'll pop the switch. So I put it on a little surge protector to kind of cut before it pops the surge protector before it pops in the electricity. So, but yeah, so electric pickle. Yeah, it smells awesome. Like anybody who would want to eat that, I don't know.
Maybe they really like pickles.
Maybe so.
Reminds me of
This is deep fried pickle.
Sarah, you want to do that music thing? It's all set up. You just have to.
Okay, if you want to.
I can't hear you.
Somebody could turn the lights back on.
What? There.
Checkables,
Okay.
come get your prize. Come on down. Yes. Jillian Tanaka. Come on down. Sonova Martin. Don't forget to get stickers too. Okay. Do you need me to call someone? No. Okay. I taught Latin at the high school too, so I like your shirt. Savannah Beard. Cumbie, because you wouldn't tell me how to pronounce your name. I didn't want to mispronounce it. You said just call me Cumbie. Cumbie.
Close enough.
I even screwed that up. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
Avery Dersh. Yeah, if I mispronounce your names, I apologize greatly. I know everybody by the first name. So pick an element and grab this set of stickers. Olivia Large. Corbin Hill. Yeah, well, technically it is, and oh. Jacob Julian, I need to say your thing real quick.
Oscillating chemical reaction. Change color, change back, change color, change back.
Sign out with a Sharpie, I mean, a highlighter. In alphabetic order? No, of course not, that would be too easy. I'm gonna give you half. We're looking for Julian Tanako and Jacob Wolf. Okay, I've got both of them. Okay.
It's a biological reaction.
Thank you. Sorry.
One thing that causes heartbeat, that's some sort of an oscillator that changes in your, what they call it. Well, the biological clock things, the circadian rhythms, so all kinds of things that oscillate use that, not the same reaction.
No, actually, a lot of researchers have looked at this reaction, like a model reaction, a lot of biologists.
Can the people in the back hear them? Because I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Well, at least this one's working.
Yay!
That one worked a little
Mason Carter. Inez Castro. Castro?
I am done with it, so you want to do a
Totally Smiley.
Sure, that's what I did last year, so.
Haley Bresnan.
So what we're doing here is making liquid nitrogen ice cream.
Andrew Seal.
I just have a recipe for ice cream, and then the liquid nitrogen is flash freezing. So just like regular ice cream, once you get the coolness in, you have to start stirring it a lot. And but the metal bowl is just to kind of distribute the the lack of heat, I would say. The heat or lack thereof.
Ellie Oswald. Sylvie. I didn't ask you how to pronounce your last name. Mason Nichols. Gabe Robinson. Henry Rumpy. Is it Brent?
Pretty hot day.
Brooklyn O'Brien. Olivia Sadler. Daniel Sadler. I'm a little scared. Is there anybody I did not call?
I bumped mine to this.
Well, there we go, nitrogen. I'll sign your certificates. That way, when you have your certificate, your liquid nitrogen, you can sit eat it here. You can take it, walk it, whatever you decide you're doing. I have more stickers, the ones that are still here. Well, I have this idea. Some of the others better.
I feel like most people notice is these right here, but they'll see.
One of these days I'll buy a mixer.
These are in an alphabetical order.
I'd say that's pretty good. I've got enough for shit back.
Still oscillates. Nobody's different so far. I don't think anybody's paying.
I
Yeah, this is somewhat soft serve, so we can serve some. Yep, but come on up and I'll give you some ice cream. I have another batch, so if you don't get, I have plenty for more, so don't worry about if we run out.
Okay, counselors can help hand out the certificates.
We have chocolate and strawberry, and I have some whipped cream over here.
I have a question for Patty too.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the egg in. I forgot to put the egg in, that's why.
And it did leave. I had hers going in different directions, so I knew that.
I think Ethan would prefer to continue getting paid and just like not doing work with all of us.
No, he got
He almost got kidnapped. Like Ganesh of all people. Yeah, you guys don't want any of the nice. Yeah, their parents are good. Yeah, I saw her parents.
You know the Mr. Legion, right? You know the Mr. Legion? Okay, I can show you. Go straight, welcome, yeah, and like I said, just like try to change it up. And you find everything, cross it, and then cross it over on this side, like that. And come back. Yeah. You need to go there.
Is your headphones cracking? Is your headphones cracking? What are they cracking? What's that? Because I have Cracking Kitty as headphones, and I just wanted to know what headphones you have.
I don't actually really know. One of my partner got them for me, not me.
Okay. Okay. I was like, I've got the Cracking Kitty, and I was like, oh, that's black. Get up.
I got like PC repair, was getting stuff. I asked the guy at Walmart, like, okay, so I'll be honest, is there any difference? He's like, straight up told me, like, hey, my mom has these. I know, they look funny, whatever. They're some of the best sound quality I've ever used. So I was like, fine.
The best gaming headphones ever.
And it's so
But you know, some Walmart people don't even know the difference. And I'm like, no, it's gotta have the great sound, like crisp, everything to really burst.
And anytime somebody comes in my room, just turn to the door.
I know they have the interchangeable ears, but I was like, yeah, the Cracking Kitty. It has the interchangeable ears, and one has like a teddy bear looking, the soft spin. So,
Not have fun for
reels that I have seen as just chemistry funnies, and it's got over 500 videos. Nice.
Dr. Winters there on the beats.
It's because I used to do research on that. We nailed that receiver.
We have more sandwiches if you want to